What's up, guys? So in today's video we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin and its price prediction in 2025. When are we going to bottom? When are we going to top up? When is that going to happen? We're also going to be having a look at some technical analysis on the weekly time frame, on the 4-hour time frame. And we're going to be having a look at the Bitcoin rainbow chart, the halving date, some Grayscale selling off happening right now, and of course interest rate. Guys, this is probably your best opportunity to become a millionaire within the next 3 years. Hear me out, 3 to 4 years, you will not have this opportunity again. So bear with me, stick till the end, and let's dive into Bitcoin real quick. Traded at $21,428, up 1% in the past 24 hours. Of course it is ranked number 1, guys. Bitcoin is king. Bitcoin is here to stay. 3 million people, okay, on CoinMarketCap, market cap of $400 million, guys. Almost half a trillion, sorry. 400 billion, sorry about that, and the volume is currently 6% right here. So 6% of the market cap is being traded. Okay, we're also going to be having a look at a TA analysis real quick, but first let's talk about this chart right here, the Bitcoin rainbow chart. The big question is Bitcoin gonna fall below this basically in fire sale region right here? So as you guys can see right here, this is basically a fire sale. Are we gonna fall below this area, or are we gonna continue? Because if we do continue, guys, after the halving, which is happening right here in approximately 592 days, okay, the halving right here, 2024, April 5th, 2024, is supposed to be happening. We know what happens after the halving, guys. We saw the halving right here. We saw a nice little consolidation, and then we essentially took off. The same thing happened right here a few months after the halving, or a couple of weeks, took off. Can we see it happening right here in 2024? So right now we are a little bit over halfway done with the halving. And for those of you guys who don't know what the halving is the mining reward gets cut in half essentially. So it's going to be very interesting that the supply is going to get lowered, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens in 2024 essentially. So assuming right here we consolidate right here, right between 40, 50, 50, $50,000, $40,000, even 30,000, maybe we peak below, who knows, right? And we get to the halving, and then after the halving, a few months we consolidate, and then we just take off. Can Bitcoin go to as high as $455,000, which is $500,000, guys, in 2024, peaking in 2025 to $713,000. I know this has been a lot of prediction for a lot of people that Bitcoin can go to $1 million within the next year. Guys, this is very, very interesting. We know what happens a few months after the halving. We saw it right here, okay? No one wanted to accumulate. It was 9,000. We bought them right here at 3K. 9,000, 10,000, and then we just took off, guys. We went to $69,000, $70,000. The FOMO was starting to intensify, as you guys can see right here. We didn't even reach the serious sell area, or the maximum bubble opportunity or territory. We didn't even reach that area. So can Bitcoin finally reach that area like we saw right here in 2018, 2017, and another one right here like we saw in 2013? Now this is very interesting. We peaked out of the rainbow right here in 2013. So can we see this happening right here? Because in my opinion, I don't think that the bear market's over in 2022, 2023. Can we peak below like we saw right here? So we see the inverse. In order for us to potentially go high to $700,000. It's gonna be very interesting, guys. This is the countdown. I'm gonna leave it in the description below. 592 days. Of course, this changes all the time, and the reason why that is because of the blocking and mining power. It depends on the miners, obviously. But approximately the ETA should be April 5th. It changes between April and May all the time, so it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the next couple of months. And another thing I do want to talk about, guys, is Grayscale. Grayscale keeps selling. So this is how we know that the bear market is not over. Grayscale right here keeps selling their Bitcoins. In the last 30 days, they sold 1,018 Bitcoin, 249 Bitcoins in the last 7 days. And as you guys can see, Ethereum, they sold 6,000 Ethereum and 1,470 Ethereum in the past 24 hours, in the past 7 days. So these are pretty big numbers, but not crazy numbers. I mean, they sold way more than that at the beginning, of course, at the beginning of this bear market. This is a very, very great tool, CoinGlass. When they start buying in would be essentially a pretty good tool to essentially re-enter. I think it's always a good time to re-enter the market, especially when Bitcoin's down, especially when it's down 40, 50, 60%. So that is that on Grayscale. And another thing is this interest rate, guys. We know interest rate matter a lot. Okay, we saw right here in 2018 the bear market started, and we saw interest rate increasing. Okay, in 2019 we saw it consolidating. Even Bitcoin was consolidating, as you guys can see right here. We were consolidating right here. Bitcoin 2018 we saw a crash. That's when interest rate went up, and of course when the interest rate went down, this is when Bitcoin started pumping right here. As you guys can see, 2020 we started. Of course, that was the whole COVID pump, and of course we started we consolidated, and then once we start taking off and the interest rate, this is when the bear market started, bull market ended. As you guys can see, a couple months into few weeks into 2020, into 2022, which was right here, 2021, boom, couple weeks in, we started declining, and of course right now we are in a bear market. So until the interest rate will start coming back down, which I don't think that's going to be anytime soon because inflation is very, very high, I don't see Bitcoin going back up, which is why I think we can finally come below this chart right here, this rainbow chart in 2022, 2023. But before I get into the big long price prediction of the bear and bull market, let's have a look at some short technical analysis on the 4-hour time frame and see what Bitcoin is doing. Okay, so Bitcoin failed to break the 24,500 level, and of course we also failed to break right here the 21,463. We came below this nice little support area, so this was green but flipped to red because it's a very, very strong resistance right here, as you guys can see. Now, because we retested this area right here, can we see a potential rebound and or rejection and then coming back down and retesting $19,000? Yes, that is very, very possible. But of course, the RSI is gonna have, and we're gonna need a little bit of room to breathe, in my opinion, first. So we're gonna see a nice little pump on the 1 hour. We already saw this nice little pump right here. As you guys can see, this was just a consolidation, nothing too crazy, and the RSI essentially went up. So this gives Bitcoin more room to breathe and more room for essentially dumpage in their future. But we're gonna have to see. I wouldn't be surprised if we come inside and we consolidate it inside this area in the next couple of hours or even days. Of course, the weekly candle does end in a few hours, so we're gonna have to see where that goes. Having a look at the longer time frame, guys, because this is what this video is all about. It's the weekly and longer time frame candle. If you guys remember my video on the Elliott wave pattern, I mentioned that Bitcoin consists of 5th wave. Before I get into the whole support resistance price prediction on the bear market, let's have a look at the Elliott wave pattern. We know the Elliott wave pattern consists of 5 waves. Okay, this is 1 wave, 2 waves, 3 waves, 4th wave, and then 5 waves. Okay, now the ultimate question is, where is the 5th wave gonna land? Now we know that the 4th wave can be longer, shorter than the 2nd wave, and the 5th wave will be shorter than the 3rd wave, right? And right now, as you guys can see, the 5th wave is approximately shorter than the 3rd wave. We know the 3rd wave is the longest wave. This is where it's the craziest, and as of right now, the 4th wave is shorter than the 2nd wave, and it seems like this is happening. So it seems like the Elliott wave theory is on track right now. Now, the ultimate question is, where are we going to bottom? Is Bitcoin going to bottom out at $12,000? Or are we going to go lower than that? Because if we do go lower than that, this would essentially be canceled, the Elliott wave theory, and it would just not be good. Of course, Bitcoin would enter a longer bear cycle, and that's about it. After we end the Elliott wave pattern, we usually come back with an ABC pattern, which is a correction or a V recovery shape, some sort like that, before going back up again. So it's very possible that we see this playing out. Right now, it is playing out. We do have strong support at 12,471 and 11,549, and after that, we should be seeing a nice little increase to the upside. Of course, it's going to take some time, maybe a nice little rebound, ABC wave consolidation, and then take off from there, like we saw right here. We saw a nice little V recovery shape, and then we essentially consolidated. Of course, this was the COVID dump. We probably would have consolidated a little bit more if this didn't happen, and then pop from there. So of course, you could count this as a nice little strong resistance, in my opinion, as well. I mean, support anywhere between 12,000 to 8,000 would be a very, very strong resistance. I mean, support, sorry, why am I getting confused? I don't know. But the Elliott wave pattern is probably the most important one right now. It seems like everything is playing out on the weekly time frame. This is what you want to be having a look at ultimately. So this is that on the weekly time frame. Now, how high can Bitcoin go? Well, guys, if you guys saw and you guys remember, I think that Bitcoin after the halving can go to 600,000, anywhere between $500 to $600,000 by 2025. In my opinion, we're gonna have to see how this plays out. I really think, guys, before anything, none of this is financial advice. I'm just some guy on YouTube, which I think after doing research and believing into Bitcoin crypto, I really think that this could be a possibility. But of course, guys, I'm not your financial advisor. If you guys make $1 million or $1 trillion, you guys did it. If you guys lose money, of course, it's not me. You guys press the button at the end of the day. Even if you guys made a lot of money, it was all you. But this is that on Bitcoin, guys. That is my short crypto Bitcoin technical analysis price prediction, guys. $700,000. I believe that we will bottom out at $12,523. If you guys like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow.